Hi, guys. Glad to have you with us. Happy Friday. Happy second cup. What are you planning for this weekend? Easter weekend. Can you believe we're here already? We finally made it to the end of the week. Ed took today off. He's got a big event tonight. He's got a lot going on. So we're giving him a night and a day to sleep in a little bit, get a few extra hours. What are you doing? What are you planning for Easter? We're going to talk about that coming up. We're going to check in with Adam. He is live at the Broadway Market. We kept him out there so we could check in for second cup. I also really want to talk about this story. How much money do you have to make to live comfortably? A new study looks at this. Wait until you hear how much they say you need to live comfortably, not paycheck to paycheck, and affording your basic pleasures, they say. We'll dig into that coming up. And I also want to talk about the plans for not only the 33, but the 198 in Buffalo. Do you drive the 198? I do all the time. We live right near there. And we've talked a lot over the years about what should happen there. And we know the speed limit was lowered after that little boy was tragically killed there. And that was years ago now. But really not much else has happened in that area. There have been big plans and it's all kind of talked about and then it kind of goes by the wayside. So we're going to talk about what you'd like to see there. There's a new study that's going to be underway as well. Hey, good morning to everybody who's with us. Megan and Susan, good morning. Denise, Melly, Debbie, Lori, Anita. She's got Easter brunch tomorrow. She's not sure about Sunday yet. Melly says she doesn't make enough. Melly, we're getting into that. That's going to be our next topic. Shirley, good morning. Hi, Mom. Carol's here and Tracy's with us as well. All right. Who went to the Broadway Market? What'd you get? Let me show you what I got yesterday. The famous horseradish, which I really like. I think I'm going to bring, I was assigned an appetizer for Easter, so I think I'm going to bring cocktail shrimp and make some of this. I also got a dip at the Broadway Market. And then I got the Deb's Delights pickles, which I really like too. My dad actually really likes these. So we've got those from the Broadway Market. You guys let us know what you picked up there. And if you're planning to go, we've got Adam there this morning. Wanted to check in with him and see how everything's going. Adam, let me get my earpiece in so I can actually hear you. And I want to hear what your experience has been like at the Broadway Market so far and how it's going.
So, if we're good. Hello, everyone. Hello, Cuppies. Happy to be here. We finally did the horseradish. First off, I think that's the elephant in the room that everybody wants to know. I tried the horseradish, and I'm actually right next to the stand. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was still, that woke me up. It got my nostrils cleared and all that. It did exactly what everybody had told me, but this is awesome because I know ever since I got to Buffalo, everybody has just been talking about the Broadway Market, You have to wait until the Broadway Market comes. And now that it's actually here, it's so exciting to just see how many people are in here, all the businesses that are actually here as well, and just seeing how lively it gets. And it's just really fun to see all of this and to actually be a part of this Buffalo tradition now. And I mean, all these shoppers, it's been flooded like this since at least 6:30. Obviously, when it opened up, still everybody was trying to make their way in. But now that it's open, it's active, everybody's here. It's a great time. And actually, one of the businesses here, we have a Cuppy that is working here this morning. So if you want to say hello to everybody.
Hi, fellow Cuppies. I'm Megan, here with Sweet Melodies. This is Rachel. She's the gelato chef.
So if you want to come say hi to one of the Cuppies here, you can say hi to her. And just tell us a little bit about your business, what you have here.
Sure. This is Sweet Melodies. It's not your typical Polish dessert. It's Italian. But it's Italian ice cream and sorbet. And we also do quarts to go, where a lot of people get those for their Easter dessert.
Okay, nice, perfect. And if you see right there on the phone, we got second cup.
Currently watching.
Right
oh, nice.
So, appreciate you guys for hopping on. Thank you so much.
Hi, ladies. Thanks for watching.
Katie said hello.
Oh, hi, Katie. We miss
Hi, guys. Oh, thank you.
There you go. So just the fact that too, I've gotten to see some Cuppies. I've gotten to see people that have watched us in the morning, just coming up saying hello. I mean, it's just such a great energy here, and it's just a really great way to finish the week and then head into Easter.
All right, well, let's see here. We had Melly saying she missed you eating the horseradish. We'll have to post that for people. Nancy was at the market a few weeks ago, got hot mustard, horseradish, hot pickles, kielbasa fresh and smoked, and rye bread as well. Susan says horseradish is a pass for her. Marguerite says, Adam, you were so funny eating that horseradish. Such a good sport. Shirley said she saw you. You were a good sport, but it really hit him. What'd you think, Adam? That was the first time you've had it?
Well, it was the first time that I had it. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. Like, it tasted pretty decent. It just hit me. I was just surprised that all of a sudden I'm tasting. I'm like, all right, it's not that bad. And then all of a sudden it just gets the whiff up my nose, and I'm like, oh, okay. And that's what it started sinking in. I'm like, whoo.
Yeah, right. You get that like big whiff and it goes up your nostrils and kind of opens up your sinuses.
Exactly.
Adam, what's the line like for meat there? Because I know that's what a lot of people go for.
So we'll go over to meat, but I want to just show you, look who is working right there here at the
There's
horseradish.
our boss.
I'm not
Hi,
gonna
Aaron.
He's got a full line coming in right now, but
Oh boy,
he's been
look
here
at that.
all morning. So let's go over to the meats. I'm all the way on the other side. Let me see. And I mean, oh right, like Kruzicki's. I know you really like them, Katie, and we had them on the show earlier.
Yeah, Kruzicki's. You had one of their pastry hearts.
Yes, that was delicious. It was almost too sweet for me, but she gave us like 3 of them to have, and I was like, ooh, I could only have one. It was just a little sweet, but it was amazing. I know We Are Nuts. We also had them on the show this morning. They were really fun, and they have a whole assortment of items, and they are one of the vendors that are here year round. So anytime, it's not just here seasonally that you can find We Are Nuts. They are here all the time, all day. Look at that. Free sample right there. Boom. Oh, sorry. That's also
well, this isn't fair, Adam. I wish I could throw my hand out and get a free sample. Okay, are you coming up in the meat line?
I'm coming up on the meat line right now. So.
Oh my gosh. See, I can't believe how long those lines get, but it's such a tradition for people to be able to go, stand in line, hang out. They see the same people every year. Look at this as we're headed toward the back of the market now, right, Adam?
Woo, there it is. Whoa. Let's see.
Okay.
Meat on earlier.
Oh, I hope we don't lose them.
Right now. Okay. So that's the front.
Right.
We make our way back here. Everybody. You want to say hello? Say hello. Everybody. Go down the line. Let's see if anybody else wants to say hello. Y'all want to wave real quick? Say hello. Say hello. No, maybe. So we'll see. But, everybody's just focused on trying to get their meat right now. But
exactly. Okay, Adam, now turn around and give us like the full look of what that line looks like.
So up here in the front, come back. Let's swing it all the way down.
Oh my goodness. I love to see that. Isn't it great to see the market so packed? Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great Good Friday, getting everything you need at the market.
So
look at that. Adam, thanks. I'm going to come to the comments here. Connie says, look at all the people there early. Diane wants to know, are the meat stands there all year? Yes, they are, Diane. We had Lupa's Meats on the show earlier today, and she was saying, yeah, they're there all the time. Now, they staff extra for the holiday. She was telling us yesterday she was going to get up. What time did she say, John, she was going to get up? Around 2 a.m. and work until 9 today? Oh my gosh, what a day. Let's see here. Lori says the market brings back so many memories, years of going with her grandmother year round. Jeanette, Adam, do they have heated nuts there, do you know?
Say that again, I couldn't hear you.
The nuts at that We Are Nuts, do they heat them there?
I don't know if they shape them. I don't know about that, but yeah. I know they bring it all in. It's all of their product, and like I said, they're there year round. So.
Right. My mom wants to know what Aaron's selling. Mom, he's working at the famous horseradish stand, and he's done it for years and years. So he helps out every Good Friday, and he's always there. Paula says, Katie, look at all the people there at 8 a.m. Yeah.
Let me show you. So this is a vendor that is here for the first time. I want to bring them on real quick. We have our Facebook show happening right now. So if you guys want to say hello to everybody. So if you guys want to introduce yourself, say your business, and just tell us how exciting it's been here for the first year.
Right. I'm Shatise Jackson, owner of Cake Crazy Bakery, and this is our first year here in the market for Easter, and it is absolutely amazing, and we are rocking it.
I love it. So they have a whole bunch of different sweets. You can see they got all this right here, the carrot cakes, all the Easter designs. So if you want to show up, you're coming down to the Broadway Market. We got first-time vendors here at the market. Come show
Adam,
love.
Can we see that cute little bunny cake?
Right here. There's the bunny.
Oh my God, that's adorable. Are those cookies?
Are these cookies?
Yes.
Perfect.
And we want the kids to eat their veggies, so we got carrots and dirt.
Okay. There we go.
Oh my gosh, those are adorable. Thanks, ladies. How cool.
She said thank you.
You're welcome.
Of course. All right, now take care.
All right, Adam. Anything else you want to show off real quick?
I mean, no, honestly.
You know what? Do me a favor and go to the right to the Dingus Day section. So the reds, there we go. Dingus Day is Monday, everybody. If you need a shirt, a flag, socks, hat, apron, you've got everything there. Maybe a flower crown too. I was noticing all the Dingus Day things that are there.
I do have one more thing I want to show. There's this vendor. They are here year round as well. Look at the chocolate designs that they make.
Wow. You know what, Adam? I saw these yesterday. Do you see the buffalo? I remember thinking the buffalo was so cute yesterday. It was down to the right, I think.
I'm trying to see if, let me see if I can say, excuse me. Oh, there it is.
It's pushing people out of the way.
Right there.
Oh my God. How cute is that? I mean, that's a lot of chocolate.
It is pretty cool. So this setup is right here next to the Dingus Day Parade, so you can catch all this and see all their designs. They got all the candies, they got caramel apples. It's all the sweets you could think of right here.
Yeah. All right, Adam, thank you. Thanks for showing off the market. Adam, at his first Broadway Market experience, he had a great time today, and he did try the horseradish. I'll make sure that we clip that and put that up. Cindy, I know you were with us the other day, and she was saying, she had been nervous to go to the Broadway Market, but she thinks it'll be safe now. Absolutely. I mean, you see how packed it is right there. Now, it's not like that all the time. It would be so nice if it was. So that's why we always try to remind people, hey, it's open year round. Like, you can go get a group of friends together, go check it out and have a lot of fun. Susan says, boy, she loves that chocolate. Lori says, how cute was that? Connie says, yeah, that buffalo is probably hollow. Here's hoping. That would be a really solid piece of chocolate. Let's see here. Lori says, yes, you can get your Pussy Willows for Dingus Day there too. Jeanette says, does anyone remember the coloring contest the newspaper used to do around Easter, and you could win a huge chocolate bunny? I do. Jeanette, you found someone right here. I totally remember that. So my mom grew up in Riverside, and in Riverside Park, they did a big Easter egg hunt. And my mom knows this story, obviously. I was a little tiny toddler, right? We go to this Easter egg hunt. And my grandpa kind of like guiding all the other kids away, guiding me to this egg. I ended up winning this chocolate bunny that was like this big. I was probably like 2 years old, maybe 3 years old. There's a picture of me sitting next to this big chocolate bunny from this egg hunt in Riverside Park. So a lot of good memories here. Scully says, good morning. She's going to the McKinley Mall. Hey, that's where that off-Broadway Market is too. So Cindy, another option too, because I know you're mentioning you're from Lewiston, so you probably haven't traveled to some of these places. So in the McKinley Mall right now, they have this off-Broadway Market. I believe it's today and tomorrow. Double check the times. It's all on our website. And you can go see a lot of the same vendors and maybe some different vendors too from the Broadway Market. Okay, so I want to talk about the salary story now, guys. Feel free to continue chiming in. Let me read this story to you, and then I'd love to get your perspective. All right, we've got about 200 people here with us right now, a little bit more. So let's talk about this. How much money do you have to make to live comfortably? This is what a new study was looking at. SmartAsset.com finding on average Americans need to make, wait for it, $96,500 a year to be able to afford basic pleasures and not live paycheck to paycheck. In Buffalo, they say it's a little bit less, about $88,000 a year. Or if you've got a family of four, they say you need to be making $234,000 a year to be able to afford basic pleasures and not live paycheck to paycheck. Okay, so you're going to have to tell me all about your thoughts on this story. I pulled up the actual study too, because I kind of wanted to get Jeff Baker. That's more than the allowance that his wife gives him. Jeff's always good to chime in for a comment or two. Okay, so that's what they found here. 96.5 for sustainable comfort in any major U.S. city. That includes being able to pay off debt and invest for the future. So important to add that in here, because as we were saying, you're not living paycheck to paycheck at this point. You're able to do both those things, pay off any debt you have and also invest to the future. I think that, I guess it depends on how much debt you took on, right? And I think that that is a really big factor here. Shonda says dual income is mandatory these days. Lori says, listen, she believes that. My mom says she thinks that's crazy. Mom, I do think, though, that like in order to pay off debt, especially if you're paying off student loans, John, how much, I know a lot of us talk about student loans. Do you have an idea of like what an average student loan payout is per month? John's going to look up what your average student loan payout is per month. Lori wanted to know the number for a single person again. It was 96.5, Lori, and that's to pay off your debt plus invest in your future. So let's say you're putting into your 401k, and you're also paying off any debt you might have. And we're going to look up how much student loan debt is, because I mean, that's really expensive and it's a lot of money. All right. Howard says, If you have no debt and you own your home outright, it makes things much easier. Work towards that. That's a great payoff. Absolutely. Once you're not paying debt. And the average rent these days, too. I mean, rent is so expensive. I can't believe that, just from personal experience, from the time I moved back to Buffalo, which was in 2009 till now, I cannot believe how much rent has gone up. Now, we own a home. We bought a house a few years ago. But when I hear how much some of the people in the newsroom are paying for rent, in the city of Buffalo, a lot of people are paying more than $2,000 a month for rent, believe it or not. And I know that a lot of people will say that's surprising to them, but it's a, John, wouldn't you say a lot of people are paying $2,000 a month for rent downtown? Do you want me to say that? John says yes, because he knows that, because he's one of them. So $2,000 a month for rent in the city of Buffalo. Okay, how much is average student debt, let's say?
So the average monthly payment is just over $300.
Okay, so the average monthly, now that's for your bachelor's, okay? So $300 a month, $200 for an associate's, $300 for a bachelor's, and that's an average. Now, if you get a master's, you're paying about $700 a month. Forget if you go to law school or if you go to medical school. Now, of course, we know a lot of the times you're making a little bit more. But so let's say you get out of college, you take a job for, $50,000 a year. Let's just use like a relatively easy number, right? And then you're paying $300 a month right off the bat just to pay back the debt you already have, plus $2,000 in rent in some cases. A lot of people are going to need to get a roommate. So I want to see what some people are saying. Paula says, 88, my pension's not even close. I guess I know why I'm still working. Shonda said she paid off her student loans a couple weeks ago, 10 years, $60,000. Shonda, good for you, though. Does it feel so good to have those paid off? I know my husband, when we finished paying his off, it was like a celebration. Lori says this whole thing is just crazy. Let's see here. James says the irony is that when the majority of products were made in America, people could afford to live comfortably. 50 years ago, when factories overseas made products for less, CEOs got greedier and greedier. Georgina, hi. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Michelle wants to know how this is helping without pointing to the problem. You know what, Michelle? I'm not sure that the design of this study was to find and point to the problem. I think it was designed to take a look at what is needed to live comfortably right now. I think that would be kind of a further investigation here, but we're kind of just relaying the results of this new study to you this morning. Thanks for weighing in. Jeff says, obviously news people make enough. You guys are always taking off. Ooh, I did get Ed this morning. Hey, that PTO comes with the job, Jeff Baker. Paula, 88, again, her pension wasn't even close. She mentioned that. Michelle said she was happy to get out of New York. Lori says it's impossible to pay off debt in this day and age. Jeanette says they're in a weird situation. I'm the only one in our house with student loans. My fiance is lucky and he is done with his college loans. Barbara says she believes it's fair, especially to be debt-free, save for retirement, and live comfortably. Let's see here. Jeanette says they pay over $2,000 a month for rent. Lori says $30,000 might be how much you would pay. Shirley says, wow, we retired and we don't make that much for the two of us. Carol says between her pension and Social Security, she still has to dig into her savings just to pay for some everyday things. Julie says, I looked at colleges way back when. They told me how much it would cost. I just said, no way. Are you kidding me? Heck no. Peter says 90% of people will spend their earnings level if it's available. Peter, that is an interesting point, right? Because as you make more money, you tend to spend more money. Isn't that the case? Let's see here. My mom says there are some professions and careers that people go into that are simply not high paying, especially in Western New York. They should not have to alter their plans to make more money. You need to like what you do at work or you'll be miserable and burn out. A really important point. Lori says, yes, living in Western New York was so much simpler back in the day. Susan says we have no debt. If we don't need it, we don't buy it. Lori says, people check out the Dave Ramsey program. It can be done. And Connie's mentioning interest rates. That something needs to be done with interest rates. I mean, wow. Yeah. So 96.5 to live comfortably, afford your basic pleasures, not live paycheck to paycheck, pay off your debts, and also put some to the future. Lori also says she's going into her 4th year of college. It really adds up. Lori, I can totally understand. I went back to school when I was working and had my company at the time pay for part of my master's, and then I paid for part of it too. So I did get the benefit of having like a company help, but it still was really expensive because I paid for a number of courses too. Jeanette says, it's funny, the more money I have, the cheaper I become because I appreciate money more. Jeanette, you and me both. I am the same way. Connie says things have gotten out of hand. Diarman says, what's comfortably? Is every electronic device available? Is it safety? Interesting. Yeah, a lot of different comments on that. All right, one more thing that I wanted to talk about, and please feel free to continue adding your comments about the salary story. I want to talk about the 198 and the 33. So John, can you pull up that video that we have here? So we know the plan for the 33, right, is to create the tunnel. Basically, it's going to cover part of the 33. It would reconnect Humboldt Parkway. That's the plans happening right now. Construction set to start soon. It would take years to complete this, okay? People are really split over it, a lot of pluses and minuses, but now they're also going to add in a plan about the 198. So the 198, I'm interested to hear what you guys think. That's the Scajaquada, okay? Driving here right now. We're driving along Delaware Park. You got Delaware Park on one side, you got Forest Lawn on the other side, then you go a little bit further down, and you have like the Japanese Gardens and then Hoyt Lake on the other side. So that's the 198 cutting right through there. What would you like to see done there? Now, do you remember a few years ago that poor 3-year-old boy actually got hit and killed in the park? And then we decided, our lawmakers decided they were going to lower the speed limit. So the speed limit went from, I believe it was 55 back then, to 30. Okay, so it's 30 now from where the 33 kicks you off all the way to the 190. Stays 30 that whole stretch. A lot of people want to see it become a real, like an actual parkway and reconnect the park there as well. Now they're going to do a study. The DOT is going to do a study on it. I'm interested to hear what you guys think, because there's so many opinions on this. Because yes, there is this side that says safety, turn it into a parkway. We'd like to see this connection. There's also a section of people that say, keep the speed limit lower and do the connection part through the park and then bring me back up to 55, because for decades, that's what we were driving, 55 there. So I'd love to hear what people are saying. Connie says the 33 needs to go back to 55. I think she means the 198. So that's the Scajaquada. Nobody does 30 anyways, and then no tunnels. That would be the 33. So we've got these two projects going on, the 33 and then the 198. Lori says for the 33, she does not like driving through tunnels. Kathy says the tunnel would be modern day Cherry Street at night. I'm not really sure what that means. Julie says, I'm not driving in a tunnel. Never. I would go a different way. Let's see here. Marguerite is wondering, this is an interesting question, how many tickets they hand out there. Catherine says 40 miles an hour would be good. 30 is a little too slow for that area. Shonda says she's really over the studies. She's still waiting for the Peace Bridge. Understood. Paula says the 198 is the only way to go from the east side to the west side and Riverside. We really need the Scajaquada. Lori says she has called the mayor's office so many times about the lowered speed. When you go 30 miles an hour, you're a danger. Let's see here. Jeanette says, I like the tunnels. The one that we used to drive through, go to the New Jersey shore. Those were fun as a kid, but really it was only 30 seconds. Dina says, I think about the tunnel. I can't wait to see what happens when it snows. Oh, Kathy, here we go, says, back in the night, Cherry Street was drag racing at night, or back in the day in the 80s and 90s, it was drag racing at night. She thinks that might be what happens in the tunnel. Julie says, listen, she would just leave things alone for right now. You know, it's interesting, and there's a lot of opinions out there, so they're going to do this study on part of the 198. It really is. It's funny because until we had that horrible accident there, I run Delaware Park often and used to run even more than I do now. Should be out there more these days. But it never really dawned on me that there wasn't a guardrail when I was running all those years ago. Then that poor little boy, Maxim Shigarovsky, I believe was his name, was hit and killed there. And then they put the guardrail in. I mean, there was not a guardrail there before. And it didn't really dawn on you. People were doing 55 miles an hour, 20 feet from where people were running, walking, pushing little kids. You know, kids were having soccer games. So I was happy to see that safety feature. And then they dropped the speed limit too. So we've seen some things happen there. It'll be interesting to see where all of this goes. We have a lot of information on this on our website right now, because I know it gets confusing when we talk about these two different streets. Febin did this great story last night that really lays down a lot of the things. Barbara says, need to find a fair compromise to maintain safety, keep as much green space as possible, and still keep the traffic flowing. I think that's a great point, Barbara, and a good place to leave it at. Hey, I appreciate you guys being here this morning. Thanks for chiming in on the conversation when there's just me. And Ed's on vacation for a day. That's all right. He gets a little break. Have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate, and we'll see you back here Monday.